think that I demand that people behave appropriately. Like that's an absolute demand. It's non-negotiable, um, and it and I carry it with me. And I guess I didn't think it was enough when I got here. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna fail miserably. I didn't think that I could turn the culture around. I really didn't. I thought that the culture had gotten a running start and it was running out the door. But it's about who I hired. And who did I hire? I hired people like you, and I hired people I think who are like-minded. They all have that same non-negotiable attitude about behavior. It's like, oh, you will be professional. You are here to become an expert. You will succeed in life, or else you're at the wrong school. And that goes for the adults and it goes for the students. It's not just toward the students. I started with the students. They were my focus, but the adults were right behind. And adults who don't have the appropriate response to our students, who don't feel appropriately about our students, who are not respectful to our students and parents, they don't stay at NAF. So it's a demand. It's an absolute obligation at NAF to be appropriate, professional, courteous. That's what we require here. And just like a business that requires that of its workers, of its employees, you'll see it translated from the receptionist to whomever. There's a stream of influence, and it comes from the top. I think that if I thought it was okay to talk any way you wanted to students, that would be the nature of our climate. And it's not because of what office I sit in, but it's because of the care we take in hiring people who are like-minded in terms of who the students are, what is expected of them, and what they can accomplish, and how we are to treat them, how we're to talk to them, how we're to behave ourselves, who we are as role models. Those are the things that really make the difference. I think because NAF goes way beyond anyone's expectations of what a school, a Baltimore City public school, will do for their student. I think it becomes very clear to any parent who looks long enough that whatever monies we're given are being pushed right into instruction and student development. Some more of it should go maybe to professional development. We're going to get there, but all of it goes to making sure that the students have experiences that are memorable, that are relevant, that give them exposure, that are educational. And I think anyone who looks just a little bit under the surface will see that that's so. The philosophy and the practice are not discordant. They're going hand in hand. The other issue is that we have some teachers that are awesome. They're just awesome. And they're in touch with the parents. They're not afraid of the parents. They're not afraid to pull the parents in and say, listen, you're going to have to help me get this together with your son or your daughter. And what a difference that makes. If the welcome is coming from the teacher level on, then you have the community that we have here. I think one of the things that we're all afraid about, and this was brought out in the move, I don't think we realized, A, how strong we were as a community, and B, how strong we were as a school. I don't think we realized how much we were doing for students until parents began to fear that we were losing it. Then all of a sudden they were very clear on what NAF was doing for their son or daughter. And they were very clear that there wasn't really another place that their son or daughter would be that would be equivalent to NAF. It's a very, very special place. Well, I think that all of us who work in a school have another role that we bring to it, whether it's son or daughter or being a parent themselves or being. So there's a very easy way to determine how you'll treat a parent. So for example, if you don't have children yourself, you might treat a parent the way you would want your parent to be treated. It's really easy to do. For me, it's a real easy crossover because I am a parent. and I am a parent who has a student in a Baltimore City public school now, and who has had a student graduate from a Baltimore City public school. And I know how I want to be treated when I go into a school. It's instinctive. You know, it's not something that I have to fabricate, because I think about how would I like to be greeted by the principal, and what would I like her to say to me if I were to go into my son's school or my daughter's school. And if you're not a parent, you can, as I said, you can think in terms of, well, what would my mother, how would my mother respond to X if she were spoken to like this, or my father. You know what I mean? So I think that all we really have to do is sort of come out of role, you know, because I definitely do have a principal role, but I know I don't like that one as much as I like some of my other roles. And be who you are. So for example, when I address parents, I'm definitely addressing them as a parent. The truth of the matter is that I love their kids. So how hard is it for me to speak to them from a place of concern? There's no separation. I mean, obviously I'm not the kid's parent, but I'm the parent in the daytime, and that's how I talk to parents. That's what I do. If you don't love the kids you're serving, because you are serving them, they're not here to serve you. What's the point? You know, if you don't love this job, I don't know how anyone could do this job without loving it, because it really takes everything from you, and it's 24/7. You're thinking of things you can do to improve things at 2 in the morning. And some of your crazy teachers are even emailing you about it, and you're emailing them back. So it's all consuming. And I think if you carry your truth and your integrity on a surface level, all but just the most damaged among us will see where you're coming from, and see that it's an honest place, and a place of where you want to serve and help and bring kids to the next level. Well, that's becoming more and more of an effort in the school as we develop. Still a very new school. But this year, I'll give you an example of what we did. The Information and Technology group has some kids that could fix any computer in your house, no matter what was wrong with it. And the question is, well, why are we wasting their talent? So we started by inventorying all of our computers and having them fix all of our computers. There were about 14 or 15 computers that were really too slow for our use, or their use. They decided. I don't care. And then there was I knew of an elementary school that had 2 computers for the school. So